gmna uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good morning, Montreal. We're starting the day with news that Quebec and our city will add 1,650 affordable housing units across 8 sites, and that 3 Quebec artists have made the COD Awards Top 100. Expect moderate traffic delays from roadworks, and later we'll spotlight Mistral AI's new hub. Ryan, what do you make of that?
The Montreal Roses defeated the Halifax Tides 1-0 in the Northern Super League match yesterday.
Chloe Minas scored the decisive penalty kick in the final minutes to secure the victory for Montreal.
The match was part of the Northern Super League schedule and marked the Roses' first win this season.
All right, let's get into it. Top headlines include affordable housing rollout and upcoming cultural events across Montreal. Good morning, Montreal. The Quebec government, the City of Montreal, and the federal government have agreed to add 1,650 affordable housing units to the city. Over the coming year, 8 new construction projects will break ground across Montreal, each designed to boost the supply of low-cost homes for families and individuals. Officials say the coordinated effort aims to ease the tight housing market that has left many searching for affordable options. Funding will come from provincial, municipal, and federal sources, with each partner committing resources to ensure the projects stay on schedule. The new units will be spread through neighborhoods ranging from the Plateau to Verdun, creating a mix of rental and ownership opportunities. City leaders expect the added homes to make a noticeable difference for residents struggling to find affordable rent.
Yesterday, the Montreal Alouettes edged the Calgary Stampeders in a high-scoring CFL showdown, finishing with 38 points to Calgary's 32. The contest took place on Saturday night at the Alouettes' home venue, Percival Molson Memorial Stadium, drawing a lively crowd. Quarterback Davis Alexander set a new league record, throwing for the most passing yards ever recorded in a single game, a milestone that sparked excitement at the stadium. The Alouettes built a steady lead early, but Calgary rallied in the fourth quarter, narrowing the gap with a series of quick touchdowns. A late Stampeders drive brought them within 4 points, yet time ran out and the Alouettes held on for the win. The victory keeps Montreal in playoff contention, while Calgary still looks to regroup ahead of next week's matchup.
At 4 o'clock Saturday morning, artist Stina Bodden began applying paint to the roof of a 19th-century barn in the eastern townships. The mural will depict a sweeping night sky, its constellations arranged to reference stories of Black families who settled in the area during the 19th century. Bodden says the project aims to bring the region's little-known Black heritage into public view, a chapter rarely reflected in local art. The initiative joins recent efforts by local heritage groups to map historic Black settlements across the eastern townships. Funding comes from a provincial arts grant and private donors dedicated to cultural preservation. The barn, a historic agricultural building near the border of Brome Lake, will become a landmark once the work is completed later this summer. Residents and visitors will be able to see the illuminated artwork from the nearby road, offering a nightly reminder of the community's diverse past.
Celebrations are in full swing at the La Salle Community Center as the 12th Annual Cameroonian Cultural Day unfolds. Organized by Shemba Samuel and the Ngok Tungia Cultural Association, the 2-day event, running from July 18th through today, showcases traditional music, dance, and cuisine from Cameroon. Families and visitors wander through colorful booths displaying handcrafted art, while drummers and singers fill the air with rhythms that echo the homeland. Local chefs serve dishes like endolé and grilled plantains, inviting attendees to sample authentic flavors. The program features displays intended to highlight Cameroon's languages, traditions, and history for the wider city. This 12th edition underscores the community's effort to share its heritage and celebrate its diversity on the island. Over a dozen performers and volunteers have coordinated the schedule, making the weekend a lively showcase of cultural pride.
The Quebec government announced Friday it has approved a major interior renovation of the Olympic Stadium, the iconic Big O on the island. Officials said the plan will replace the long-troubled retractable roof with a fixed, permanent covering and overhaul the arena's interior spaces. The decision follows years of structural challenges that have kept the venue largely idle. Funding will be allocated to reinforce the roof support system, modernize seating, and improve accessibility throughout the stadium. Construction crews are expected to begin later this year, with the goal of delivering a fully operational facility for future events. The overhaul aims to give the stadium a reliable, long-term future and restore its role as a central gathering place for sport and culture. The renovation is projected to take several years to complete, with phased work to minimize disruption to upcoming concerts and sporting fixtures. Later, we'll dig into the June storms that have caused over $1.01 billion in insured losses across Canada, plus more. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back. I'm glad you're still with us. Here's Ryan Mercer with the latest local stories you need to hear this morning.
The Quebec Police Ethics Commissioner announced on July 17th that an investigation has been opened into allegations of racist and discriminatory conduct by officers in the Montreal Nord District. The probe follows complaints that some members of the police service engaged in behavior targeting residents of the neighborhood's diverse communities. Officials said the inquiry will examine internal reports, witness statements, and any relevant evidence to determine whether the claims have merit. The Ethics Commissioner stressed that the process will be thorough and independent, aiming to uphold public confidence in law enforcement. Montreal Nord, known for its multicultural population, has seen heightened scrutiny of policing practices in recent months. The investigation will run alongside any parallel internal reviews, with findings expected to be released once the review is complete. Residents note that the outcome could shape how officers engage with people they encounter on everyday routes.
Storms and flooding that swept through the central provinces and the Montreal area in June have left insured losses topping $1.1 billion, according to the Insurance Bureau of Canada. The severe weather battered homes, businesses and farms across Manitoba and Saskatchewan before moving eastward, where rising waters inundated neighborhoods and damaged countless structures. Property owners are now facing steep repair bills and insurance claims, while local contractors see a surge in demand for restoration work. The Bureau's estimate reflects the scale of damage caused by wind-driven rain and flash floods that overwhelmed drainage systems and riverbanks. Officials say the events underscore the growing financial strain on households when extreme weather strikes, and insurers are processing claims as residents begin to rebuild. Utility crews are also restoring power to affected districts, and schools have adjusted schedules to accommodate repairs.
Pronoma Animal Shelter reports a sharp surge in abandoned pets as the recent moving season unfolds. The facility is now taking in roughly 25 animals each day, roughly double the intake recorded during the early months of the year. Shelter staff say the influx aligns with families relocating and leaving behind dogs, cats, and small mammals. Volunteers are stretched thin, juggling feeding, medical checks, and temporary housing for the growing number of newcomers. The trend underscores a seasonal challenge for pet owners who may overlook their animals during the upheaval of packing and transport. Local animal welfare groups are urging anyone planning a move to arrange care well in advance, as the shelter's capacity remains limited despite the heightened demand. The situation remains ongoing, with staff monitoring the daily flow and adjusting resources accordingly.
Westmont's mayor, Michael Stern, was formally cited by Quebec's Municipal Commission for 7 alleged ethics breaches. The commission's report, released Friday, 17 July, detailed accusations that Stern used disrespectful language and displayed uncivil conduct towards city officials and municipal staff. Officials said the findings stem from a review of interactions that violated the province's municipal ethics code. The citation marks the most extensive set of infractions recorded against a Westmount official this year, prompting calls for further review within the town's council. The Municipal Commission, which oversees compliance with municipal ethics rules across the region, will determine any additional steps or sanctions. The council will review the mayor's conduct during its next session.
Yesterday, the Quebec government revealed a fresh redevelopment plan for the Olympic Stadium, the iconic Big O that still dominates the city skyline. The proposal calls for a comprehensive overhaul, targeting structural upgrades, modernized seating, and a new roof system to finally resolve the long-standing leak problems. Officials say the project will replace the patchwork fixes that have been attempted since the venue was built for the 1976 Summer Games. Funding will come from a mix of provincial grants and private partnerships, with an eye toward making the arena viable for concerts, sports, and community events. The announcement follows years of stalled renovations and public frustration over safety concerns. Construction crews are expected to begin work in the coming months, aiming to deliver a fully functional facility before the next major international event.
Now let's turn to the forecast and see what the day ahead holds for you.
A low-pressure core is lifting, but a westward jet and a rising ridge are already flattening the day. On this date, Montreal once burned to 33.3 Celsius in 2020, a record set during a late summer heat wave that pushed the regional ridge far north. The coldest mark was 12.8 Celsius in 2018, recorded during an unexpected Arctic dip that slipped through the Great Lakes corridor. By contrast, the climatological normals sit around 24 for the high and 15 for the low, underscoring how today's temperatures sit comfortably between the historic extremes. The live radar screen is pristine. No precipitation echoes across the province. A dry, stable air mass blankets the area, the result of subsiding air from the building high pressure to the east and the westward jet slicing off any lingering moisture. With no storms in sight, the map will stay clear through the morning and into the evening, allowing us to shift focus to today's surface evolution. At 7 a.m., the sky is clear, and the temperature sits at 18 Celsius with a west wind gusting up to 38 kilometers per hour. A low-pressure center sits just offshore, but it is being squeezed by a strengthening high that is rising, promising a calm afternoon. The jet stream overhead, blowing at 104 kilometers per hour from the west, reinforces the west to east flow and keeps any lingering clouds at bay. Temperatures will climb to 23 by mid-afternoon, then ease to 22 as the sun sets at 8:36. The UV index registers 6, and the maximum wind will reach 27 kilometers per hour from the west, feeling brisk but manageable. No weather alerts are active, and precipitation remains off the table for the entire day. Looking ahead, Monday will see a high of 27 and a low of 14, with overcast skies as the high pressure begins to settle. Tuesday's high of 25 and low of 19 brings another overcast day, and a 50% chance of rain as a weak frontal boundary nudges the region. Wednesday offers a high of 23 and a low of 15. Despite clear skies, a 60% rain probability looms in the evening, driven by a slow-moving trough. Thursday returns to clear skies with a high of 24 and a low of 15, as the ridge solidifies. Friday rounds out the stretch with mainly clear conditions, a high of 25, a low of 17, and a 35% chance of rain as a lingering moisture plume drifts in from the west. The pattern swings between modest warmth and brief rain windows, highlighting a transition from a lingering trough to a more stable ridge by week's end. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunrise is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic's moderate with roadworks. The Torlonia collection opens today, and the Canadians kick off the season. Big stories ahead. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
Honoré Mercier Bridge is running in contraflow, with just one lane each way. That means a steady queue for commuters heading east toward the South Shore and west toward the island. Drivers should allow extra 10 minutes and consider the Viaduct or Champlain bridges as alternatives. On the Ville-Marie Tunnel, 2 of 4 lanes are closed between Robert Bourassa and St. Laurent, leaving only a single lane per direction. Expect a slow crawl, especially during the morning peak. Westbound traffic on Claimant Street is down to 1 lane, and the same reduction applies on the Claimant Bridge. Highway 520 sees a diversion in narrowed lanes near the overpass reconstruction, so keep an eye on the signs. The biggest bottleneck is on Highway 40, where 2 of 3 southbound lanes are closed for structure maintenance, creating a steady backup toward the west. All other major routes are moving freely. No transit delays have been reported this morning.
Festival International Nuits d'Afrique lights up the vibrant Quartier des Spectacles tonight, flooding the bustling streets with non-stop African, Caribbean, and Latin rhythms that turn a simple evening walk into a spontaneous celebration of culture. The Torlonia Collection, Masterpieces of Roman Sculpture, wraps up at the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts today, offering a fleeting chance to stand before awe-inspiring ancient marble masterpieces before the doors close for good. Temple Run and Reset kicks off this crisp morning at Pas de Problem Café, a guided jog followed by a quick mindfulness reset that steadies your heartbeat, clears mental fog, and sharpens focus for the busy day ahead. Tomorrow, PLAYBLACK hosts a lively World Cup and brunch edition at Ginkgo Cafe and Bar, where multiple live match screens and a hearty brunch menu let passionate sports fans savor every goal while enjoying a relaxed weekend vibe. And now here's Tyler with sports.
Local teams making moves, here is what is happening in sports. Mark your calendars, Canadiens fans. Montreal opens the 2026-27 NHL season on the road in Toronto on September 29th. The league has scheduled a pair of all-Canadian matchups on opening night, with Edmonton hosting Vancouver rounding out the slate, according to CBC Sports. The Montreal Roses earned a hard-fought Northern Super League win last Sunday, July 12th. Substitute Chloe Menas stepped up in the 77th minute, converting a penalty kick to hand the visiting Halifax Tides a 1-0 defeat. One goal, all the difference. A longtime Canadiens veteran has moved on. Montreal sent forward Brendan Gallagher to the Vancouver Canucks in exchange for future considerations. The deal, reported by CBC Sports, marks the end of Gallagher's run in Montreal and reunites him with a West Coast squad.
Mistral AI, the French artificial intelligence startup, has chosen Montreal for its new Canadian hub, opening a sleek office on St. Catherine Street in the downtown core. The company will bring dozens of high-tech jobs, focusing on research and development that pushes the boundaries of machine learning. By anchoring its North American operations here, Mistral connects local talent with a global network of AI innovators, creating fresh career pathways and collaborative projects for Montreal's engineers and data scientists. This expansion reinforces the city's reputation as a world-class AI center and fuels the vibrant tech ecosystem that defines our neighborhoods. For Montrealers, Mistral's presence means more opportunities to shape the future right at home. And coming up, we'll celebrate the Cameroonian community's vibrant 12th annual Cultural Day in La Salle, honoring heritage and joy.
Coming up tonight at 6, the local sunset. Your neighborhood, your city, your news. From city hall decisions to the stories happening right on your street, we cover what matters most to Montrealers. Join us tonight at 6 p.m. on GMNA for the local sunset, Montreal's evening newscast.
On a crisp July morning in 1976, the Olympic Stadium in Montreal buzzed with the clatter of steel and the quiet focus of athletes lining up for the modern pentathlon fencing bout. Among them, a Soviet competitor stepped onto the strip with a sleek epi that, unknown to officials, housed a tiny electronic circuit designed to give a split-second edge. The first few touches went unnoticed, but when a vigilant Canadian referee felt a faint pulse in the blade, the truth surfaced. The athlete was disqualified, and the arena fell into a hush that quickly turned into applause for the integrity displayed by the officials and the volunteers who rushed to ensure fair play. In the weeks that followed, the International Olympic Committee tightened equipment inspections, a change that still protects today's fencers across the world. That moment in Montreal reminds us how a community's watchful eye can turn a scandal into a lasting safeguard for sport. And that's why, as you head out, we can all feel a little more confident that fairness is looking out for us.
Ryan Mercer. At the Percival Molson Stadium, the roar of 1,000 Montreal fans rose like a tide as the Alouettes faced the Stampeders on a crisp evening. Quarterback Davis Alexander, calm under the floodlights, delivered a performance that will be spoken about in locker rooms for years. He slipped the ball into the hands of rookie wideout Malik Bouchard for a spectacular 40-yard catch that seemed to pause the crowd's breath, then launched a laser-precise pass to the end zone as the clock ticked down. That play not only gave Montreal a 38-32 edge, it also marked Alexander's record-breaking 700-yard passing game in a single season, a first in CFL history. When the final whistle blew, children in red and blue scarves swarmed the field, their smiles mirroring the players' relief. A local baker handed out fresh croissants to the first fans, and the stadium's organist slipped into a gentle rendition of O Canada that lingered long after the lights dimmed. It was a reminder that sport can stitch a community together, one shared celebration at a time. And that's the joy we carry forward into the day.
Thank you, Montreal, for joining us this morning. Today's glimpse of the night sky barn mural honoring Black history reminded us of art's power to unite. We appreciate your partnership in staying informed, and we'll be back tomorrow with more stories that matter to our city. See you then.